Peace, blessing, much respect, much love. It's your boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Shango, coming back with another video. Like I told y'all in the last one, I got another true ghetto story for y'all. Another deep lesson. Um, Sometimes I be thinking about some of the stuff I did in life, and I'm like, yo, you're crazy. Like you really got angels around you, cause you could have died so many times doing some real stupid, crazy stuff. But like they say, God watches over fools and dummies, and I was doing a lot of foolish things and I was doing a lot of dumb stuff when I was younger. So I can admit that. But yeah, I'm gonna get right into it before I even lose my train of thought and everything. So this time, this is when I think I would say, I believe this is around 2012 going into 2013, I believe. I think so. I think I was like 21 around that time. So I was in New Jersey. This is when I was at somebody's house that was cool. That I know, and I was with another dude that I was cool with at the time. That's what I meant to say. I'm not. I don't speak to the person now, whatever. That's a whole different story. But at the time, I was with that person, and we was at. He took me to Jersey to this other dude house that I still know now, and it's still one of a good friend of mine. So we was at his crib in Jersey. So he always used to let us come out there, spend the weekend at his house. Chill, hang out. This is when I was still smoking weed, crazy drinking, and all that. So he always let us just, it was like a little getaway. Whenever we wanted to get out the city real quick, we just wanted to chill, have our own little vibe for the weekend. He'd be like, come through. He'd be handling his business or whatever he had to do, and he just would let us rock out, whatever. So this particular weekend, right? We was in Jersey. Me and the other dude was cool. I was cool at the time. So we chilling. The guy used to leave us medicinal weed, crazy strong weed, whatever. We used to take it out the one hitter. So we chilling there, we taking hits out the one hitter and stuff like that. But we needed to get some stuff from the city. But the bus that go from Jersey back to NYC, I think we had missed the last one. So we was like, yo, the only way to get there is to take the car or whatever, because he used to have the car. He said, yo, if you want to drive it, you could drive it. I want to use it. Take his truck. So I was the only one that had experience driving a little bit. I had my permit, but I didn't have my license. But I never really drove like a road test. I only drove a few times when my father used to let me drive his car and stuff like that on the streets late night and stuff like that. He used to take me and give me a little driving lessons. But other than that, I didn't have really no experience of really, really driving. So I'm really crazy for what I'm about to tell you how I did. So we taking hits out the one header, we dumb high, chilling. It's early in the day. It's like on a Saturday. So Saturday afternoon. So we had the bright idea to drive to the city to go get the stuff we needed from the city, then come back. So I'm like, yeah, I could do it. I could drive there. I'm high. I'm thinking I could do it. And this is crazy. So we get the keys. We get in the car. And before we got in the car, I remember we just walked out the house and we was walking towards the car. And I was just so high. Like I said, we was smoking medicinal weed. That weed was so strong back then. Everything just felt so blissful. The trees, everything just looked like a whole new world. Everything just looked like miraculous, spectacular. Like it was a whole another dimension. I'm like, wow, look at this. Like it felt like a movie. Like we felt like superstars. This is crazy. But it's how high we was. So we gets in the car. So I'm driving. So I put in directions on the GPS to get to the highway and stuff like that. So mind you, I never ever drove on the highway. This is what I'm telling you. I was so foolish and stupid. This is what happens when you're doing weed and other substances. You not thinking straight. You just think you could do anything. You think you Superman. So we driving. So I gets on the highway finally. And that's when it kicked in when I got on the highway. Now, when you get on the highway, there's no turning back. There's no U-turning. You on the highway with real cars and real time and real speed, turns and all that. So once we got on the highway, that's when I was like, oh, snap. Like, yo, we really on the highway. And I had to really be serious and focus. Like, yo, I got to really focus because I got somebody else's life with me. And that's how much people trusted me, because if he was with somebody else, he would have never did that. But people who trust me so much, and he trusted me so much that he trusted me with his life to really drive into the city, and knowing that we dumb high, excuse me, knowing that we high minds. So when I realized that and I seen the other cars and we was on the highway, I was like, yo, I gotta get, cause we was laughing, joking before that. When we got on the highway, I was like, all right, I need to get serious because I got him and I got my life. And we on the highway and it's other cars, anything can happen. I ain't never drove on the highway, but I got a little experience in driving, so I need to be serious. So somehow, this is God. There was nobody else but God and my angels. Somehow, I was driving on that highway, y'all, doing what I was need to do, signaling, looking out for cars. I wasn't speeding. I was doing everything, even when the crazy, the turns when you gotta keep turning and you go around the circles and stuff like that on the highway. I was doing those turns. I don't even know how I was doing it, y'all, but I was just focused and I'm high on my mind. But I just knew I had to be serious, even if I just took my time driving at a slow speed. I was like, I don't even care if I'm driving slow. Y'all just go ahead of me. I don't care. Y'all can honk your horns. I'm not playing. Somehow we got there. We got to the city, went to the place that we needed to go to get the stuff. I even was parking the car. It took me a few tries, but somehow I was even parking the cars in place. I never parked before, none of that. This is why I said this is God and the angels, because there's no way I could have did this on my own. So they was watching over me crazy. And we went there, we chilled, we seen a couple people and stuff like that we knew. Went to get some other stuff that we needed. And then we drove back up to Jersey. I got back on the highway, put in the GPS, drove back on the highway to Jersey, parked the car and stuff like that back there in Jersey, and we went back to the house. And when I got to the house, I didn't realize it, and I was like, yo, we really bugging. Like, we really just drove on the highway, bro, and I ain't got no experience of driving like that, to be driving on the highway and then be high on my mind like that. There's nobody else that could have made that happen but God and my angels, because I could have easily had us dead on that highway, easily. Anything could have happened. And then I'm not even in my right mind state, so it really could have went left. So the lesson in that is just like my last video, what God was saying, once again, he's in control and he's watching over me. And also, a deeper lesson, that's one of the reasons why I had to leave substances alone, like weed and alcohol, because you really be thinking you could do anything sometimes when you on those substances. And stuff like that is why people get in accidents, why people get behind the wheel and get DUIs, end up hitting runs, because that stuff alters your state of thinking, and you really think that you on point more than you do. Like, now I'm not saying that you can't do certain stuff while you're on substances like alcohol and weed, but you're not on point as you would be if you were sober, and you're really not in your right state of mind as much as you think doing something like that. But your mind will tell you that once you on the substance, and you think, oh yeah, be fine. My crazy mind was like, yeah, I could do it. But thank God I made it safely, because like I said, I not only did I not have my own life, I also had his life in my hands. So that's when I was like, all right, I gotta get serious, because he trusts me with his life. So even though I'm high on my mind, I got to stay calm and not get paranoid on this highway, and stay calm and focused. And thank God, the universe and my ancestors, that we got there and back safely. And I'm still alive to tell you the story today. But I want to tell you this story, this true ghetto story, to tell you, please do not do nothing stupid like that, please. Because I got lucky that I'm even here to tell you this story. But there's a lot of people that tried this stuff like that, and it did not end well. Either they lost their life, they end up hitting somebody else, and they end up taking another life by accident, or they end up behind bars, or they end up having something on the record where they get their license taken away, or manslaughter, anything. But once again, God watches over the biggest fools and dummies. And I was one of the dumbest. I was one of those dummies, and I was one of those foolish ones that he had to leave because I was doing something very foolish. So that's just the lesson I want to leave y'all with this true ghetto story. So that's it for my videos today. Hope all is well with y'all. If not, I hope everything get better this upcoming week. Stay goal oriented, stay focused, keep doing your thing. Get those thoughts out your head of negativity. Get away from those negative people that's gonna have you unfocused on the mission, because right now we need to be focused on all of our missions, because the breakthroughs is coming through. It might seem like it's not there, but it's coming. Just keep staying focused. Keep yourself 10 toes down. Keep your eyes on the road. It's funny how he said that, and I'm telling that story about the road. Keep your eyes on the road and keep your ears open, because something is coming ahead and you need to be aware so you don't end up getting on that crash course collision because you're not paying attention on the road. So peace, blessing, much respect, much love. I love y'all. Like I always say, whether we jog, whether we run, whether we sprint or crawl, because sometimes life is that hard. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. All you can do is crawl to that destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we got to make it to our destination someday. So peace and blessings, much respect, much love. And to the next topic, peace.